Have you ever wondered why the world feels like it's getting richer, but you are not? Why prices go up, salaries stay low, and no matter how hard you work, it feels like you're running on a treadmill? Well, here's the truth most people will never hear. The global economy is not controlled by governments. It is not controlled by presidents. It is not controlled by the market. It is controlled by a hidden system, a system that is powerful, invisible, and centuries old. A system so big that it decides how much your money is worth, which countries rise and fall, which businesses win or die, when recessions happen, when inflation hurts you, and even how much debt your country must take. And here's the scary part. You are inside this system every single day, and you don't even know it. In this video, you will learn the 3 biggest secrets that almost no one talks about. Secret number 1. How global money is actually created. Not printed, but created. Secret number 2. The hidden group that influences interest rates, currencies, and global prices. Secret number 3. The shocking truth about who really controls the world economy, and why almost every government bends to this system. Once you see how everything is connected, you will never look at money, banks, or the economy the same way again. This is the part nobody teaches in school. This is the part the news never explains. This is the part governments avoid talking about. But the truth behind this will shock you. Let me show you exactly how this hidden system works. To understand how the hidden system works, we need to step back and look at the world from above. Not as countries, but as a giant web. Every country, every bank, every business, every person, all connected through money. But here's the twist. Money is not what you think. We grow up thinking money is something the government prints, something we earn from work, something we hold in our hands. But today, 90% of money is not printed at all. It is created by banks with a few clicks. Yes, a few clicks. When a bank gives you a loan, a mortgage, a credit card balance, or any type of debt, they are not giving you real money. They are creating new money. This might sound simple, but it is the foundation of the hidden system. Now here's something you probably didn't expect. Most governments do not control their own money. Surprising, right? We are told governments run the country. We are told presidents control the economy. But in reality, governments are borrowers, banks are creators, and a small group of global institutions are controllers. Here's another surprise. Countries don't trade with money they have. They trade with money they owe, which means the world economy is built on debt, not wealth. This is why countries stay in debt. People stay in debt. Businesses stay in debt. Because if debt stopped, the system would collapse. And now you're probably wondering, who benefits from this system? Who created it? Who controls it? Well, now things get even more interesting. Let's start with the first big secret. Secret number 1. Money is created by debt, not wealth. Most people imagine the government printing money in a factory, but almost none of your money comes from printing. Instead, money comes from a process called fractional reserve banking. It works like this. You deposit $100 in the bank. They don't keep your $100. They keep maybe $5 and loan the other $95 to someone else. But here's the trick. The person who receives that $95, they deposit it again. The bank loans out $90 of it. That $90 gets deposited again. Then $85 gets loaned out. This continues again and again. From your $100 deposit, the bank can create $900 of new digital money. And all this money goes into the economy. This means banks are the real money creators. Not governments, not the people, not businesses, banks. Now imagine this happening on a global scale. Millions of people deposit, loan, deposit, loan, deposit, loan. Suddenly,
New money floods the system. Prices rise, assets rise, debt rises. But your salary stays the same. Why is this? Because the system isn't designed to make you rich. It is designed to make you borrow. Now here comes the big twist, the part most people never hear. When money is created through debt, someone must pay interest. And that someone is you, your family, your country, and your future children. This hidden system forces every generation to work harder just to stay in the same place. You aren't failing. The system is built this way. If you think that's crazy, wait until you hear the next part. Now let's dig deeper into the second big secret. Secret number 2. A hidden network quietly controls global money. Most people think governments control money, but in reality, they do not. The real power sits in a network of institutions that most people never think about. The Federal Reserve, the European Central Bank, the Bank of England, the Bank of Japan, the Bank for International Settlements, or BIS, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the World Bank. These institutions are not regular banks. They are the banks behind all banks. They decide interest rates, money supply, global lending, currency values, country-level debt, inflation targets, recession timing, liquidity levels. They influence every economy in the world. Now here's the part most people don't know. None of these institutions are elected by the public. The people who run them are appointed, are not voted for, do not campaign, do not answer to citizens, operate quietly, and have enormous power. These institutions are like the operating system of the world economy. You don't see them, you don't vote for them, you don't hear about them, but everything around you, your job, your loan, your food prices, your currency value, is affected by them. Example, if the Federal Reserve raises interest rates, your car loan becomes expensive. Your home loan becomes expensive. Businesses borrow less. Companies hire less. Unemployment rises. Inflation slows. The stock market drops. One decision in one building affects 330 million Americans. Another example, when the IMF gives a loan to a struggling country, the country must follow IMF rules. These rules often include cutting government spending, raising taxes, removing subsidies, selling national assets, lowering social benefits. These decisions impact millions of people. But who decides these rules? A small group of unelected officials. Still think governments control everything? Now here's the craziest part. All the major central banks are connected through one single institution, the Bank for International Settlements, the BIS. The BIS is so secretive that most people don't even know it exists. But it is the central bank of central banks. It coordinates policies, shares strategies, and sets global standards. In simple words, while countries look separate, their money systems follow one master blueprint. But if that shocks you, the final revelation will shake everything you believe. Now we reach the most important part, the revelation that connects all the dots. Secret number 3. The global economy is controlled by a debt-based power structure. Here is the core truth. Those who control debt control nations. Those who control money control governments. Those who control global finance control the world. This system didn't appear overnight. It was built slowly, over centuries. First, banks learned they could profit from lending to kings and governments. Then, they realized something even more powerful. If they could influence money, they could influence everything. Today, global power is not about armies, not about land, not even about technology. Global power is about financial control. This is why, when countries go bankrupt, the IMF steps in. When currencies fall, central banks step in. When banks fail, taxpayers pay the bill. When inflation rises, interest rates rise.
Thanks for watching Wealth Nexus, where money meets clarity. If you learned something new today, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next video.